Hello, curious soul. Welcome to the Somatic Decoder, the sanctuary where we decode the body's hidden messages, where every symptom has a deep biological meaning, and where illness reveals itself as a sacred language of survival. Today we're looking into a mystery that makes faces red and puzzles regular medicine: rosacea. That constant inflammation, that blush that pops up out of nowhere, those tiny veins that show up like rivers of feelings not shared. But before we dive into its hidden meaning, let's quickly understand what exactly is rosacea. It's a long-lasting skin problem that mainly affects the face. It causes redness, especially on the cheeks, nose and forehead. You also get telangiectasias, which are visible little veins. And in more serious cases, you might see papules or pustules. There's also a burning or warm feeling, and the skin can get thicker, especially on the nose in later stages. Traditional medicine sees it as, well, incurable, putting it down to genetics, environmental factors, or a confused immune system. But what if I told you that rosacea is a perfect biological solution? Your skin isn't just an organ. It's like a canvas for your feelings, a place where your unconscious mind shows problems that your conscious mind hasn't been able to sort out. Basically, rosacea comes from feelings of worthlessness linked to social contact, your image, or feeling like your identity is stained. A lot of the time we get that feeling of being exposed and vulnerable. These are times when someone felt embarrassed, watched, or criticized in public. For example, imagine a child whose face turns red every time the teacher tells them off in front of the class. As the years go by, that pattern can stick around and show up as rosacea. Sometimes the problem shows up as a feeling that someone has ruined my good name. These are problems of symbolic staining, like false rumors, betrayals, or family secrets. Even in the animal world, for example, a dominant dog that, when pushed aside by another, gets a skin rash on its snout, right in the most visible spot for the pack. Sometimes the feeling of "I don't deserve to be seen" can also pop up. This feeling of not accepting yourself is connected to shame, guilt, or even emotional abuse. So your skin gets red and swollen, almost like a shield, to avoid other people's stares. I've lost my place in the group. This feeling can come from family uprooting, social exclusion, or even forced migration. In nature, for example, a monkey expelled from its group might get irritated skin in visible areas as a biological sign of being an outcast. The brain sees these problems as a threat to fitting in and starts a special plan. Active phase, when the problem is happening. Blood vessels get smaller, pale skin. Repair phase, when the problem is solved. This is when the redness shows up. The brain tells the blood to rush to the area to fix that spot that felt hurt in a symbolic way. If the problem keeps happening, like with long-term stress, the skin gets stuck in a cycle of being inflamed all the time. Treating rosacea isn't just about getting rid of the symptom, it's about understanding what it's trying to tell you. Here are some things that can help. Let's chat a bit about homeopathy. For example, the remedy sulfur is used for people with burning skin, where the symptoms get worse with heat. Now, if intense itching and a feeling of internal uncleanliness are the main issues, serenum is often recommended. And in cases where redness gets worse with sun exposure or alcohol consumption, and there are conflicts of emotional repression, the remedy lachesis might be an option. In any case, you should consult with your homeopath. Acupuncture, on the other hand, aims to regulate the lung meridian, which is connected to the skin, and also the large intestine meridian, which helps to get rid of emotional toxins. Some key points that can be worked on include large intestine 4, which helps with release, spleen pancreas 10, which helps to cool down heat, and gallbladder 14, which is linked to self-acceptance. Ozone therapy is also used in some cases. Medical ozone can be used both systemically and topically. This technique helps to oxygenate tissues, reduces inflammation, and in a way, resets cellular memory. This can be really good for skin affected by rosacea. Now, let's talk about neural therapy. This involves giving small injections of procaine into areas that might be causing problems, like scars or dental issues, which could be making the problem worse. It's a really interesting way to get to the root of the issue, not just treat the symptoms. We come to the most powerful treatment, becoming aware. Ask yourself, what situation was I in when my rosacea first appeared? Who or what have I not been able to face? What emotion am I stopping from coming to the surface? Sometimes asking these questions can be the first step towards healing. Dear warrior with sensitive skin, your red cheeks are not a curse. They are the echo of an emotional battle you've fought silently. It's no accident that rosacea affects the face, our first tool for social contact. Perhaps life asked you to hide tears, smiles, or truths. And your skin, true to its biology, said, "Enough is enough." But today is the day to honor that message, to stop fighting your reflection and start listening to its wisdom. The cure isn't in a laser or a cream. It's about giving your skin back the right to exist without shame, without masks, without fear of being seen. If this journey into the heart of rosacea resonated with you, subscribe to the Somatic Decoder and hit that notification bell, because every week we'll decode the body's hidden messages together, from allergies to autoimmune diseases. The medicine that heals isn't the one that hides things, but the one that shows them. See you soon, explorer of sacred biology.